nigga came back down. I thought I'd let you know that I was gone, but I never left. Go back now. I thought I'd let you know this brotherhood is a whip, and I never let it go. Never let it free. Shit, I kill for my niggas. I thought I'd let you know. No, nigga came back.
Shalom Israel, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. ISUPK Midwest under Commander General Hanna, we are doing the 4th annual Midwest Fire Weekend. It's going to be amazing. Everybody should come. It's going to be off the chain.
General Muhammad will be doing scripture breakdown at the Chicago School from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Also, you got the Black and Brown lecture hosted by Officer Thabawan and Officer Karyash. We're going to be having camp downtown Chicago from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. All of the heavy hitters going to be in the building. Last but not least, we're going to be having the 4th annual Midwest Barbecue. It's going to be plenty of food, plenty of drinks. Don't miss out. It's going to be fire.
Hey, Shalom. The ISUPK is at it again. We out Chicago with it for the 4th annual Midwest Fire Weekend, July 22nd to the 24th, 2021.
You took a loss, tried to bounce back, but you blew it. Let me show you how to do it. Undisputed, I can prove it. Whoa, we can do it. Nigga, ain't nothing to it. Ain't no cows, ain't no excuses. Let's get to it.
Hey, Shalom Israel, the ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana is back at it again with the Lord's Midwest Fire Weekend. This is one event that you don't want to miss. This summer, July 22nd through the 24th, we'll be having General Muhammad's class on Thursday, July 22nd. Camp downtown Chicago and on the west side of Chicago. That's right, I said downtown Chicago and on the west side of Chicago, Friday, July 23rd, and afterwards we have a powerful lecture from officers of 1000 Karyash and Thabawan on how colonization divided blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. And also last but not least, on Saturday, July 24th, is the Black and Brown Chicago Cookout, located at Douglas Park. Bring the whole family. Make sure y'all come out and experience what real brotherhood and sisterhood can bring. Shalom, Israel.
They say they wanna hear that raw shit.
Salakia, my bad. I guess the sound must have been off for a second. Okay.
All right, Salaki. So Shalom Yahweh Shem Shabbat to all the brothers. Shalom Yahweh Shamar. Thon Bashim Shah to all the sisters. Can you hear sound now?
Yeah.
All right, all right. For those that's online, if you can hear the sound, type in 1 or 2. Okay, no sweat. All right. So Salaki, what I was just saying was, this class, of course, today, as far as brotherhood class every Tuesday, and this is also a sisterhood class as well, because this still applies to sisters as much as it do to brothers as well. So don't get it twisted. So long story short, we want to let all Black and Hispanics and Native Americans know that we are here to help and benefit the community, because we have people who say that they are for the people, but they are really against the people behind closed doors. We have to expose the ones that are not for the people.
Right.
But we are on the front lines in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. We are on the front lines every time. Any question, any challenge that you throw at us, we accept it and we conquer it. Okay, I understand that. We don't, surrender. Anytime you throw a challenge at us, we always have the answers to whatever you're trying to, ask for. We have the answers to it. And by the way, if anybody in the class right now have any question, throw it at me. Let's get to it. Let's get to the bottom of it. All right? Otherwise, if you got a point that you want to bring out, I will accept that. Let's get it. Because there's brothers and sisters online that's watching who do not know a certain things that they should know. Like, for example, it's 2021, right? And there are a lot of people who don't know that Christ is Black. They still think that Christ is white.
Right.
What sense does it make for your oppressor to be white and you to serve the same God that is white? That would make God unjust, right? I would think so, at least. I would think so. In my simple mind, I would think that, my God is white. And the people that oppress me are white as well. No, Christ and the Most High is Black. They are very much Black. And these are the same, these are the same people who do not agree with what's going on with our oppressor. Our God is the same from our oppressor. And you can find it all throughout the scriptures. Always understand that. They are not the same. Because we live in America, this place is polluted. And the people that live in America, 9 times out of 10, they are polluted as well. But of course, there's something called a miracle. The ISUPK is that miracle. And they are the ones to wash off all the insanity, all the Christianity, all the things that is wrong with you out of your mind, out of your life. And if you decide to follow and understand and hearken and be diligent to the things that the ISUPK is saying, you have walked away from the life of America. You got a question?
No.
No sweat. All right, no sweat. All right. So once again, pay your tithes, man. If you get any earnings, pay your goddamn tithes, because those tithes will help you and your family. Little do you know, if you follow the 12 tribe chart, make sure that you support the ISUPK and get into the school as well. Don't be a hypocrite. It's one thing to watch class, but it's a better thing to be inside of class, physically. And we all understand that, don't we?
Right.
Just because you watch the UPK for 5 years doesn't mean that you are a member.
Right.
So what? We watch cooking videos for many years. Are you a cook? Are you a chef? Not at all. But if you're watching class and you agree and you comprehend what we are saying, why don't you join? Maybe you can be an asset. You can be very much beneficial. You can save lives. You can bring more people into the truth. You never know unless you invest yourself into the truth. So apply yourself and let's see how it goes. You tried Christianity, you tried Islam, you tried to be a drug addict, a drug dealer, you tried to be a whoremonger, a pimp, however you want to call it, it didn't work out for you. You almost lost your life. When you can't, you don't lose your life, you find your life. You don't lose your life, you find your life in the UPK. If you don't understand what I'm saying, apply yourself and you will see what I'm saying. Because outside of the UPK, it's death. And you are dead spiritually. You ain't got no life. The people around you, they die. They disappear. They expire. You are on the verge of that as well. But once you find the UPK and you see that something resides with you, you might want to jump on it. Once again, like I'm not forcing anybody. No crowns on anybody's heads. You tried everything in life. Why not try this? What are you going to lose? Maybe sacrifice this. It's not going to hurt you. How do I know? Because I'm here today. The brothers and sisters that are here today, they have experienced the UPK.
Right.
And those that are still here, they know that this is home. This is a sanctuary. This is a safe haven. So you should probably follow the leader. All right, let's get Matthew 6 and 10. Bible shop.
Matthew chapter 6, verse 10. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven.
Right. So, matter of fact, if you could, Bible shop, break it down. No sweat. Lord, and take all the sound out.
That misconception, especially through Christianity and through slavery, you gotta live a certain way in order to receive the blessing of going up to heaven, and when you die, everything's after death.
Right.
We have a lot of common phrases that people take for granted. Illustrating the sentiment that heaven and hell are conditions here on earth.
Mm-hmm.
So now, it's talking about thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. When they have the idea of the kingdom in mind, it's paradise. It's a beautiful thing. It's peace, it's love, it's all these good, warm, fuzzy feelings.
So if I may, if you don't mind, you mind if I have no sweat? It's a lucky. So with Officer 500, a Monkey Bar, matter of fact, Salaki, if I may, please give him a hand. So like I ain't trying to make the man too famous, you feel me? But this man right here, Monkey Bar, is very much on point. You feel me? You see what I'm saying? He's very hard working. And what he just said was absolutely correct. Okay. So also based on the scripture, that's also a prayer, which is called the Lord's Prayer. Okay. And Christ is the author of that prayer. When he talks about, thy kingdom come, thy will be done as it is in heaven or earth, something like that. All right, you feel me? So the thing is about this scripture that you have to understand is that in order for us to imitate or resemble or represent how things are where the Most High in Christ and the angels reside, it has to be the same way in earth. That's why in the ISUPK, that's what we are practicing. We are perfecting the things that are not perfected. For example, we have to turn sin into law.
Right.
Because if you don't, it's going to just stay to sin. How the hell can we change adultery if we don't have the law? How can we have brotherhood and sisterhood if we don't practice that? How Christ told us to practice that. How can we, experience, faults or disputes if we don't know the correct way how to do it? But thank the Most High because of his child, who is Yahushua, the Mashiach, our King, who showed us, who gave us the blueprint on how to do so. All we have to do is follow that. Let's not be a fake Israelite organization. Let's be who we are supposed to be. Let's be Paul. Let's be Ezekiel. Let's be Daniel, Jeremiah, Obadiah, Elijah, Yahushua himself. Let's be these people to set an example. And the reason why I say that is because they set the example. And these are wise men. These are great men who I'm speaking about. Let's be Ruth, Deborah. Let's be all these great people that set the example for us to move forward and be righteous. Do you want to be a Judas? Do you want to be an Ahab?
No.
For all the sisters, do you want to be a Jezebel? And that's to be very much offensive. You want to know why? Because Jezebel was a what? Was she a Hebrew or a heathen? She was a what? Give him a hand. Do you want to be an African? Do you want to be from the motherland? Better yet, Paul has said that the motherland is in Jerusalem. Good night. Who would have thought that that would be in the Bible? Salaki, Amon, can you get that Jerusalem is the mother of us all? That should be in the book of Galatians. Everybody's talked about that the civilization is in Africa. It's not. It's in Jerusalem, as far as an Israelite concerned. As far as the Africans, who gives a damn? They could be from the goddamn ocean. Who knows? No one cares. If you are of Black, Hispanic, or Native American descent, worry about yourself. You are from Jerusalem. All right? Whenever you have it, go ahead and get it.
Galatians chapter 4, verse 26. But Jerusalem, which is above, is free, which is the mother of us all.
Right. Jerusalem is the mother of us all. Meaning that is the habitation. So like inhabitation. That's where we reside as Israelites. If anybody tells you just because you're Black, you're light skinned, you're dark skinned, that you're from Africa, make sure that you combat that with the facts that's in the Bible. Because the Bible is your the Bible is your records. That's what it is. It's your records. It's all the records. It's your guide through life. If anybody try to tell you what you are, what you're not, you have the proof. And that is the Bible. King James Version 1619 edition. Okay? Always make that clear. Don't let nobody try to tell you what your history is otherwise. Also, too, in the school system, if you have children in the near future, teach them while they're young that don't ever let a devil teach you your own history.
Right.
You want to know why? Because our oppressors what? Everybody? Say that shit louder.
The goddamn devil allowed this piece of.
You damn right. And what is the devil? He is a liar. He is evil. He is conniving. Don't let your child be underneath that witchcraft of our oppressor. You combat that. What do they say about a 5-year-old? When a child turns 5 years old, what do they usually say in science and research about a child? Does anybody know? Go ahead.
And they start developing a lot of their learning capabilities and social cues and intelligence starts spiking up, grasping a lot of information.
Con, absolutely right. Go ahead. You want to say something as well? Go ahead. No shout now. Say it again. Con, no sweat. You want to say something as well, Dwayne? No sweat. Yeah. Everybody is absolutely right. When you hit the age of 5 as a child, you start to soak in things like a sponge. And you start to realize things. When you're 1, 2, or 3, or 4, you're just a child. You may not necessarily recognize certain things. You're just a child at a child stage. But when you hit 5 and up, you start to comprehend a lot more and soak in a lot more information. That's why kids are famous for telling their parents' business, especially in the Black, Hispanic, and Native American community. A mother and father, I remember that time where, you whipped me because I peed on myself. I mean, there's too many memes and commentary about, being in the Black, Hispanic, and Native American community as far as a household. There's too many commentary and memes about it. Too many, funny stuff about it. You see what I'm saying? But at the same time, there's reality to it as well. Once you turn 5 and up, you start to see things that a child necessarily doesn't see when they're 1, 2, 3 years old, an infant. But their brain, their movement, the way of life starts to expand. And really, if you were in school in health science and sex education class, you will learn all these things. It's not too far-fetched. But everybody doesn't have the same school system. But just know that, our children are the future. And we must lead them into the ways to where they can combat and destroy America from destroying them. Because we just had a class about how to destroy America, right? And it was all spiritual. It was not physical at all. We have a mission. We have a job to do. You can't be what is called being slack. Now, of course, we have a thing where we don't cast our pearls amongst the swine, right? No sweat. But still, the way that you life, it may change the life of somebody that is outside of the school. So stay perfect, like the Most High said, like Yahushua said. Be ye therefore perfect, as the Most High is perfect in heaven. Don't drop your guard. Because whatever man don't see, the Most High sees. Let's be on top of that. You want to say something?
I understand what you're saying. If you leave when you said don't care amongst swine.
Don't-
Be our people's truth.
Yeah, so don't cast your pearls amongst the swine, meaning if you talk to a person once or twice about the truth and they don't hear you out, like for example, right? I'll give you a great example. I'll be very personal. I didn't talk to family when I was a trooper. And I said, hey, I would really appreciate if you don't smoke around me. They tell me, hey, I've been smoking around you all your life. Well, I have very much changed. I don't like the smell of cigarettes and weed, and it's very much disgusting, if you ask me. I've even been around family members who like to smoke crack. You know what I'm saying? Not in front of me, but when I see them, there's a very strange smell. It's not cologne, it's not perfume. It's something that's very awkward and very disgusting. And then, family is very bold enough to say that, oh, I was, doing a little blow. I was smoking this, smoking that. No sweat. If you could, Baba Kashab, before you come into this house, please disguise that smell or something. That's very disgusting. And it's irritating my nose. It should be a goddamn crime. You should be arrested. You smell like a goddamn African. It stinks. And I'm a child at this point, right? But as an adult, nothing has changed, right? So when you constantly talk to people about things that they should not do, and you see that there's no change, nothing is happening at all, don't cast your farms amongst the swine. And better yet, don't surround yourself around those people. Forsake them. What does the word forsake mean? It comes out of the Bible. This is biblical. What does forsake mean?
Forget.
Say it again.
Forget.
Give a man. Forsake those people. You ain't got to deal with them every day. You don't have to be around them. Now, there are some brothers and sisters who are stuck with being with family members as far as a place to stay until they're trying to get their own space. I get it, I understand it, because I've been there myself. In that situation, what I did was, although I was staying with people in the world, what I did was I surrounded myself with people in the truth a lot more. As soon as a brother and a sister got off of slavery, hey, yo, bro, hey, sis, let's go out to eat. See what I'm saying? Hey, bro, what are you doing after work? Hey, I'm just going to chill at the house and shit like that. Salaki, if you don't mind, can I, stay a night or two? Can I, hang out with you? Because that's how much zeal I had just to make sure that I wasn't being influenced by the people in the world. I didn't deal with cigarettes. I didn't deal with weed. I smoked a cigarette at 8 years old. I'll be honest about that, right? Very disgusting. Good night, Salaki. I choked like a dumbass. Weed, I never smoked weed before. But the smell is disgusting. At that time, being in the world, I was in the world. It doesn't make me more righteous than a person that has smoked. I was still a sinner. Even as a child, I was responsible for my own sins at a certain age. But because of the truth, I learned how to be righteous and how to teach brothers and sisters to be the same way and not make the same mistakes that most people make in the world. America is to blame. Our oppressor is to blame for all of our decisions that we make. Also, too, if you are living in the world, you live by excuses. You don't live by integrity. You don't have a foundation. You have no discipline. In the EPK, we have something called accountability. What is accountability? Anybody? What is accountability? If you don't know, I need somebody to answer. And let's move fast. If you don't know what the word means, look it up. If you have a phone, go on to your Google machine. What is accountability? Everybody should know what that word means. I need y'all to move fast. No sweat. Whoever has it, you go ahead and call it out.
Merriam-Webster Online Dictionary, accountability, equality, or state of being accountable.
Say it one more time. That was perfect.
Equality or state of being accountable.
Right. The state of quality of being accountable. That's what accountability is. No sweat. It's all good. No sweat. Yeah, I see even Alexa's on point. No sweat. All right. See what I'm saying? Accountability is you realizing your actions. Otherwise, if you're not, the opposite of accountability really is insanity. And what is insanity? I'll just give it to you for time's sake. It's you thinking that you're doing the same thing, thinking that's going to be a different result. Nothing's going to change if you keep doing the same thing that is incorrect. You are a man, you are a woman if you correct yourself. If you admit to yourself, you know what? This is absolutely incorrect, this is wrong, and I'm going to stop it. Most High in Christ see you. If you are a brother and sister that realize that, the Most High is with you, and the demon has fell off. But if it is the complete opposite, Satan is on your side. And sooner or later, Satan is going to leave you, and he's going to show you how much you are wrong as well. Satan is not your friend. Just please let me know. Just please let me let you know that Satan is not your friend. As soon as you do something that's out of order, Satan is like, look, you is dumb as hell. You are out of your mind. You are gullible. You are naive. You fell into my trap. You are very much stupid. No one likes to feel stupid, right?
No, right.
I want to hear everybody. No one likes to feel stupid, right?
Right.
No one likes to be embarrassed, right?
Right.
Humiliated.
Right.
That's what Satan does to you. When that demon is on you to do something that you're not supposed to do, that's what Satan does to you. Can somebody explain to me what is sin?
Sin.
You want to raise your hand? Go ahead.
Sin is transgressing God's laws, committing adultery, envy, being greedy, grudging, being wrong, forming the fraud to make up their goods.
No, this way. You kind of going a little too deep, but the first part that you said is going to be in I believe the book of John, the 15th chapter, where it talks about sin is the breaking of the law, transgression is the violation of the law, if I'm not mistaken. All right, that's going to be in John. So yeah, long story short, I mean, sin and transgression is very much similar. They're pretty much cousins at this point. They're family members, and it's not good. It's very much bad. You feel me? It's all very much bad. How can we support each other as Black and Hispanic people if we are sinning? Go ahead.
That's to say, paralyzed, not to be forced to care our future transgressions and the house of Jacob is sin.
He's talking about Isaiah 59:1. Matter of fact, it's like a 58:1. Give him that. Can we get Isaiah 58:1? Baba Bashar, the water. The winner. I feel like you're reading my mind right now, because that's where I was going to go next. All right. If you want to, just let me know that you want to teach the class. All right. No, I'm just messing with you. No sweat. Actually, matter of fact, Salaki, set up a mind. Dwayne, can you grab Isaiah 58:1? And this is a precept that we always bring out to the streets. Like, for example, right? Amagabar always brings out Zephaniah 2:1, which is a very powerful precept, because the only reason that we're out there is for the unity of our people. And when we say our people, we say it just like the Most High says it. We ain't here for everybody.
Right.
We ain't here for the East Indians,
Right.
the Africans. We ain't here for Esau. The only reason why I gotta say Esau is because mother effers like to block us, okay? And they trying to take down our YouTube page, which is going to happen very soon. I just already know it. All right, and we are going to have another YouTube page, and we are going to upload all of our content all over again. And death and destruction to our oppressor.
Right.
Please understand that. Death and destruction to our oppressor and all his allies. Because we're here to save our people. America is fighting so hard and strong to keep our people down. Forget that. We're trying to uplift our people. We're trying to tell them the truth. And once again, man, like, Salakia, man, I'm mad that we even miss a camp, man. Fuck, Salakia. We miss a camp. Camp is so much important because we are saving lives out there. We are very raw. We are very much original when we are out there. And our people receive us very much in Minnesota. All right. Go ahead, Dwayne.
Isaiah 58, verse 1. Cry loud.
Cry what?
Cry loud.
Cry out loud. Doesn't mean to really cry out loud. No, you raise your voice. Keep going.
Spare not.
Yeah, spare not. One thing in the UPK that we don't give a damn about is your feelings. There's two different type of feelings, right? There's feelings of being emotional out of the spirit. There's feelings of being emotional in the spirit. What do I mean by that? Meaning, if it falls in line with the UPK, meaning like, oh man, you so emotional because a brother and sister just got raised up. Most high in Christ, hey, shed them tears, man. A brother and sister or a sister just lost their life in the work of the Lord, which a sister just lost her life not too long ago. And I just met the sister at Passover. If I must be quite honest, I shed some tears for that sister. I met the sister. She was hilarious. She was very genuine, very sisterly. That was very sad to see that sister go, man. And she showed so much love. And I shed tears for that sister. Me personally, I'm not emotional. But when it's my own, I'm very much emotional. I show some compassion and love for my brother or my sister. Now, the opposite. You being emotional and mad about an order. You got to do this, you got to do that. If you are in the UPK, understand that you are going to have orders.
Right.
You are going to have duties. And if you get upset and mad about it, no sweat. Just understand that we don't give a damn.
Right.
Who cares about your feelings? Otherwise, the door can hit you. The same door that you came into. No sweat. That goes for your wife, your children. That goes for your men. That goes for all the sisters. If you got an issue, no sweat. Be vocal about it. But if you are out of the spirit, you will know that you're out of the spirit because of that. If you are in the spirit of Christ, you are in the spirit. Ain't no wrong with you crying and shedding tears on this fast. No sweat. Hey, sis, you are too wild. Don't worry about it, man. Let's cry together. And once we're done crying and mourning this brother or this sister, let's get back to doing our job. So that way brothers and sisters don't die no more. That's the mission. That's the job. That's the focus. That's the discipline that we have to remember. Am I made understood?
No.
I need everybody to say that. Say it louder.
I want to call.
There we go. Come on now. You ain't no goddamn church. Be loud. Be loud about it. Express that, man. Because that's very much important. We have a job to do. Things happen. Brothers and sisters do die. Some people fall off. Some people will be out of the spirit. They show themselves to be into the school, but then by tomorrow, they are not. Watch out, man. Be careful. Be wise. I know I talk too much, Salakia. Let's get into it. Can you read Matthew 6 and 10, Baba Bishop?
Matthew chapter 6, verse 10. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven.
So the things that's going on in the Most High's kingdom, where he resides, where Yahushua resides and the angels, the same thing has to happen down here. The only way that it's going to happen is if we practice it and perfect it. Okay? Somebody give me an example of what's going on where the Most High, Yahushua, and the angels are at. Give me a perfect example of what's going on today, yesterday, 10 years from now, 1,000 years from now. What is going on where the Most High is at? If you read the scriptures enough, you should know this answer. Go ahead.
You see everything. That's all. He has his eyes is not limited, not short.
Okay. I like that. I like that. No sweat. Okay. Okay. Based on the Lord's Prayer that we read every single class. Go ahead, warrior.
Rulership.
He said what? Say that again?
Rulership.
He said rulership. I'll give you a better one. On top of what he just said. Order. Discipline. That's what's in the kingdom of where the Most High is at. And that should be here too. In order for that to be here, you have to practice and perfect it. Does everybody understand? All right? We can't slack, man. We can't just be perfect sometimes and fall off another time. We have to be perfect all the time. And let's not be like the people in the world, because people in the world, they say we are just human. That's an excuse. Yes, we are human. But do we really have to be human? If you feel me, you understand? Because when they say that I'm just human, meaning I make mistakes. But the Bible teaches you how to not make those mistakes. It teaches you how to be perfect. So you have no leeway. You have no excuse. Are we IUIC or something like that? Let me know. Because in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, we make what? Know what? Go ahead.
No excuses.
We don't make no excuses, man. We don't do that. We are no cowards. We make no excuses. The moment that you make an excuse, somebody is going to evaluate you and be like, what has happened to you? Are you weak? Are you struggling? Are you okay? And don't get offended, because based on your excuse, it says it all. All right. Let's get so like 1 second. Let's get Revelations 5 and 10. Also too, right? Anytime that we pulling out precepts in class, everybody, and I mean everybody that's online, also in class, take notes. This is very much important. If you are inspiring yourself to be an officer, a captain or a general, take notes. Even if you are just a sister, take notes. Because when the time comes, the Most High will test you based on your training. These classes are your training. All right? So put it in your phone, your notebook, whatever. Make sure that everybody in this class is taking notes. Does everybody understand? That's what. And if you decide not to take notes, let the Lord be with you. Because if somebody is trying to battle you and you don't have the answers, that's on you. The Most High is going to be on the side of the person that's battling you, and you will be confounded. Let that be a lesson, and let that be perfectly clear. All right? I said all right, right? No sweat. All right. I should not have to say it a second time. Keep going. Let's go.
What verse?
Revelation 5 and
5:10. And has made unto our God kings and priests, and we shall reign on the earth.
So where's that precept talking about? Go ahead.
God made the children of male priests and kings rule over the people. See something all the statutes and the commandments.
Okay, no sweat. All right. You want to say something more?
It's going to say rulership.
Done. It's a little bit more, but that's the base. So you're absolutely right. You're not wrong at all. You're absolutely right. And this falls along with Yahushua, better yet. But I mean, if you could add just a little bit more.
This is going to be our kingdom.
Come. So the kingdom that Officer Amon is talking about is going to be for the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Can we read it just one more time, Baba Shah? Then we can move on.
Revelation chapter 5, verse 10. And has made us unto our power kings and priests, and we shall reign on the earth.
Right, there you go. So just to expand or expound on that, right? The priests and the prophets, the ones that's going to have the rulership, it's going to be the 144,000 men. That's going to be underneath Yahushua. And who is that going to be? 12,000 men from each tribe. When you do the math, it's 144,000. All right? See what I'm saying? I'm not a math teacher. That's the math. Okay? And that's going to be all the tribes, man. All 12 tribes. We are going to rule the earth, and we are going to have the authority. We are going to have the say so when it comes to the earth. Esau is not going to be able to run over you. Donald Trump and Joe Biden is going to be a goddamn joke when Christ returns. You know, all the presidents that has been around is going to be a goddamn joke.
Right.
But you are going to be the heroes. You are going to be famous. You are going to be well known. And our oppressors is going to be in the goddamn museums. When your children have children and they have children, we are going to have to explain to them that, look, this man used to rule over us at a time. And they're going to laugh. They're going to chuckle. They're going to be like, what? Are you serious? Yes, son. Yes, grandson. Yes, nephew. Yes, great-great-grand cousin, whoever. These people used to rule over us. And now we run the show. And now they are our slaves. They answer to us. We don't answer to them. Imagine that, man. Imagine your Asian slave, your Esau slave, Edomite slave answering to you. You know what? Look, Salih, let's do a little commentary. I'm going to start off with the highest officer in the room, right? Besides myself. Come on, Salih. What are you going to do with your slaves? Please tell me that.
My slave?
Man, orders all. Come, just tell me, man.
My daughter is stable for the My Little Pony collection, and it's gonna have to be life size.
Damn, wait, say it again. Salaki. Did y'all just hear him? Say it again.
My daughter's gonna need a life size stable for the My Little Pony collection.
Good night.
Yeah, that's just stuff. But they're also gonna be, everything's getting gentrified.
You damn right.
I was taking a drive the other day and I saw some really nice houses. And I also passed by some brothers that looked like they should live in those really nice houses. Living on the streets, asking for change. These churches are getting torn down. I mean, the bulk of it is they're getting opened up for the people, but it's getting reformed. The government, the jails, they're going to be reformed also. I mean, there's some people that will select it. I mean, this ain't necessarily my call, but I'm going to just restart a lot of people's lives. But there's some people that maybe they could turn around and come back. There's some people that just need to go to sleep. Wake back up in a better condition. So that they ain't got to be that criminal, that drug addict, that murderer.
You know what you saying, the whole precept that we brought about, so like I'm gonna, oh, no, sorry, all right, that's right. Dwayne, or, sis, if you could, can you grab Matthew 5 and 18? Can you grab Matthew 5 and 18 as well? Actually, better yet, Dwayne, grab Matthew 8 and 19. There you go. If you have it, go ahead and get it. Whoever has it can read it.
Matthew 5 and 19, verse 19.
Yeah, no, so it's like, do you have a verse 18? Huh? Can you read it out loud for me?
Matthew 5, verse 18. For verily I say unto you, the heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law till all be fulfilled.
Right. So of course, earth and heaven is still here, in a sense, right? Everything, we are still alive, we're still talking, we're still interacting with each other. Everything is still here. A jot and a tittle, no wise, that's not passed from the law. We are still here, right? So that means that since we're still here, the law must be fulfilled, meaning it must be done. It must be fulfilled. So if there is an order, meaning like, okay, you got to go to work, you got to do this, you got to do that, it has to be done until the earth is consumed. Consumed meaning that it's destroyed. All right. So everything has to be fulfilled until this place is done away with, meaning destroyed. Okay. Read verse 19, Dwayne.
Okay. Matthew chapter 5, verse 19. Whosoever therefore shall break one of the least commandments and shall teach man so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of life. He shall be called at least in the kingdom of heaven.
Right. So if you teach the law, but you don't keep the law, you shall be called least in the kingdom of heaven. I mean, who are you? Are you great? No, you're not. How can you teach the law but not keep it? That's stupid. That's backwards. Keep the laws. Hey, somebody come there. You want to knock. Make sure you knock, all right? You understand? All right. So, like, you got to make sure that you keep the law and that you teach it as well. Because if you don't do it and teach it, you are a hypocrite. Come on, man. It doesn't make sense. It's backwards. All right? Now, read it one more time, Dwayne.
Therefore, whosoever shall break one of these commandments, and shall teach man so, he shall be called at least in the kingdom of heaven.
So, for example, Christians are the one that some Christians teach the law, but at the same time, they don't keep it. They tell you that you should pay tithes, which is the law. They tell you you should do this, you should do that, but at the same time, they don't actually live the law. You see what I'm saying? And that's very important. And a person's actions can let you know if they're keeping the law or they're not. But read the second part, if you could, the one.
But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called the great in the kingdom of heaven.
And this is how you know that you have a guaranteed seat in the kingdom of heaven. You want to know why? Because you teach the law and you also keep it. If you don't keep the law, but you teach it, you are going to be called least in the kingdom of heaven. And this scripture is very much true. Like, life is not about if you're doing good or necessarily if you're doing bad. Who gives a damn about good or bad? What it's really about is if you're doing what the Most High said to do. That's what matters. Always remember that. If you're smoking weed, you're smoking cigarettes, you're smoking crack, but you help out the homeless, that doesn't make you righteous. What makes you righteous is that you're doing the righteous thing based on what the Most High said. Now, if you want to know how to figure out whether you're righteous or you're wicked, you got to come to class, man. Because by this time, most people in the world, they're serving multiple gods. They're serving a weed god. They're serving all types of gods. So they may not know and understand. All right? Can you read that one more time, Dwayne?
But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven.
Right, you will be called great in the kingdom of heaven. If you are a brother and sister in the ISUPK, and you are keeping the law, statute, and commandments, and you teaching it, you will be called great in the kingdom of heaven. You have a seat. There's something already prepared for you. But keep that zeal, keep that discipline, keep that diligence, keep all that integrity. But if you fall off, there ain't no telling where your future may lie. Keep going.
For I say unto you, that except your righteousness shall exceed the righteousness and the scribes and the Pharisees, you shall enter into the kingdom of heaven.
Come, no sweat. All right. Hey, warrior. Let's do it, Bob Bashar. All right. So yeah, Khan. So actually, for example, the Pharisees were, pretty much modern day Christians. These are the people who so-called kept the law. I mean, they taught the law, but they never followed it. That's why in the book of Isaiah, when it says that they go behind trees to eat swine's flesh, meaning that they were still in wickedness. They were still sinning. Although they portrayed themselves to be one way, they were the other. One thing that you don't want to do, don't play yourself. Don't play with your life. Don't try to play anybody else, because sooner or later it will show. It will be exposed. You can hide as much as you want to, but just know that sooner or later something will come out about the thing that you're doing that you should not be doing. So it's better to Just do the right thing. Now, also too, if you're struggling with something, don't be ashamed, man. We don't bully in the UPK. We don't try to make you feel ashamed in a sense, meaning like, I mean, of course, you should be ashamed of if you're doing something absolutely wrong. No sweat. See what I'm saying? You should feel ashamed. But at the same time, we don't, harass you about the thing that you're doing that you should not be doing. We will holler at you once or twice about it. Just to encourage you to do the right thing, not to make you feel like you should do the same thing again. Like, am I making sense to anybody?
Okay.
No sweat. See what I'm saying? That's how it should be. If you know your child should be doing something that it's like, if your child is doing something that they should not be doing, you talk to them about it, and they still do it, they did not hear you. Maybe a second time you should holler at them about it. And if they don't receive it, you have to take chastisement. You have to give them disciplinary actions to the point where they do understand. Sometimes your child is not your child. If your child want to be a carpet muncher, they want to get, they back by the same sex, that's not your child. They got to get out the house. They got to find their own way of life. They have to survive somewhere else. They can't do it in your house. Would you allow your child to be a sinner in your home?
No.
Ain't no doing no rides in my house.
Come.
Ain't no you trying to have sex with the same sex as you. That's not happening. Not in my house. You can go somewhere else with that. You trying to back talk me in my own crib? After I then bathed you, I fed you, I took care of you when you were most vulnerable. Infants are vulnerable. When they get to a certain age to where they can take care of themselves, they got it on their own. But you have to prepare the children to a certain age until they can take care of themselves. But children should not be selfish. Brothers and sisters in your life should not be selfish. They should have the most respect and love for you. But some people just don't understand what that is. There are some people where you give love to them and they don't understand the love. No matter how much you teach them and show them. Something like for example, when you try to tell a person about the truth and they don't understand what you're saying, even when we don't do this physically. Even if you wanted to slap a person across the face with a goddamn Bible, they still won't understand the goddamn truth.
Right.
They're too ignorant. And the Bible does say, based on Paul, if a man be ignorant, let him be ignorant. And that's the same thing for a woman. If they are just ignorant, let them be ignorant. They just might not understand. Let the Most High teach them a lesson. Let the Most High let it be done. They will find out with AIDS. They will find out with syphilis and gonorrhea. They will find out when they, get killed. The car flips over 3 to 4 times. Maybe they don't die. They end up in a hospital. This whole class is about heaven and hell. And this is what I'm trying to explain to brothers and sisters that are in the world. Also that are in the truth as well. I'm sure everybody in this class understands the concept. But let's get deeper into it. Give me Revelations. Revelations 21 and 2.
Only say that.
You said what?
I got it. Yeah.
Go ahead. That's what.
Revelation 21 and 2. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven, prepared as a bride, like
Prepare as a bride adorned for her husband.
All right, so what is this talking about? Go ahead.
See Christ coming from heaven.
Okay. Okay. What else? Can you read it one more time?
And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven. Prepare a bridegroom adorned for her husband.
All right. Does anybody know about the parable as far as Israel being a bride and the Most High being a husband? Does anybody know about that? Go ahead.
I think the hub was the vine dresser.
Say it again.
The vine dresser. That's the vine. Wow.
That's one of them, but I'm looking for more of Matthew. And anytime that we read about Matthew, who is contributed in Matthew? No, sorry, you good. Who is contributed in Matthew? Yahushua. Who is Jesus Christ in English, all right? So when it says, and I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, meaning that it's not the regular Jerusalem, it's the New Jerusalem, which is going to be the kingdom of heaven that's going to be in the earth, right? Coming down from God out of heaven. When it says thy kingdom come, thy will be done as it is in heaven, what is that talking about? So what's happening up there is going to happen down here. Okay, that's what it's speaking of, right? Prepared as a bride, adorned for her husband. What does that part mean? Prepared as a bride adorned to her husband. What is that speaking about? Anybody? All right. Can you read it one more time?
Revelation chapter 21, verse 2. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven.
That's right.
Prepare a bride, like, prepare as a bride adorned for her husband.
So okay, I'll just let y'all know that's a metaphor. What is the metaphor saying? You got it? Say it again.
I think, yeah, I was gonna say it's a metaphor, like it's not actually talking about a woman, but a bride or
Right.
a man, but like the new one, it was parents.
Kind of, okay, so for example, the example of a wedding, right? What happens with a wedding between the man and the woman? Give me how they're prepared for the wedding. We know with the wedding, as far as an Americanized wedding, right, that the man cannot see the woman at a certain time, otherwise it's bad luck, right? So based on what the Most High is saying, when it says prepared as a bride adorned for her husband, what does that mean? Please do not think too hard. It's very simple. Just think about what America has taught us. because we all been in the world, I would assume, right? Go ahead, Warrior.
Cleaned up and made presentable.
Give him a hand. For example, if you are prepared to do anything, what are you doing? You're cleaning yourself up. Otherwise, better yet, for example, right? I'm finna, prepare this grill to barbecue. If you're gonna prepare the grill to barbecue, what are you doing? You're going to make sure that it's cleaned enough. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna prepare myself before we go to this event. I'm finna clean up. I'm finna prepare myself to go to class. I gotta take a shower. I'm finna clean myself up. I'm finna get ready. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna prepare myself for this UPK event. I gotta get myself in order. I got to clean up so that I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? I gotta wake up, do my hair, dress nice. You see what I'm saying? Make sure that I got my garment ready. It's clean, it's fresh, not dirty, things of that sort. You're preparing yourself. And this is what we are doing in UPK. Once again, we are not in heaven, we are very much in hell. The reason why we are in hell is because of our responsibilities. So like, better yet, our decision making. We are dealing with the curses, not the blessings right now. How do we know? Because Black and Hispanic people are dying very much today, every day.
Where
Has anybody heard the news stories about the Hispanics being killed by the police? Yes or no?
no, I didn't know that.
And that's the problem. I don't fault anybody for not knowing that. Just know that there's so much work to do. And this is why these classes are very much important, very much needed. This is why we should all be here. And the reason why we've been teaching these classes, so that way we can all take something from it and apply it to ourselves and better the earth with the knowledge that we have right now. Does everybody understand? No sweat. Let's go ahead and get Matthew 10 and 28. This time, Baba Kashak, can I get a manga bar to grab this one? Dwayne, can you grab Ecclesiastes 3 and 16? That's going to be Old Testament, all right? Do you have a Apocrypha?
Oh yeah.
You do? Okay. No. I'm just asking. You know, so okay. You know, if you didn't, I was gonna work around to get you one. All right. So yeah, I need Ecclesiastes 3 and 16 from you, Dwayne, and Matthew 10 and 28 from Among Bar. Whenever you have it, go ahead and shout it out. The water. Y'all go ahead, take your time. 3 and 16. Matthew 10 and 28.
Matthew chapter 10, verse 28. And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul. But rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell.
Good night. Don't fear the person that can kill the body. Anybody can kill your body. Anybody can shoot, stab you, poison you. They can do all those things, right? I'm very sure. They can all do those things. You should fear the one that can kill your body and your soul. How can a person kill your body? Yes, like it. I'll just give it to you. How can the Most High kill your soul? Because that's who is the one who could do that. How can he kill your body and your soul? I need a response. Baba Bashar. How can the Most High kill your body and your soul? If no one knows, just let me know.
So
No, so go ahead, William.
So I don't know how to answer it.
Okay, that's all. All right. Anybody else? All right, no sweat. No sweat. And it's fine to not understand. This is why these classes are very much important. All right, and I appreciate everybody's honesty. Okay. All right. So we know that the Most High can kill your body, meaning that someone can pull the trigger. When someone pulls the trigger and that bullet hits you, just understand that a demon is behind that. But who let that demon pull that trigger? The Most High allowed it. For example, when we talk about Job, right? Job was going through a whole lot, although he was protected. But the Most High had challenged Satan to try to get Job to turn away from the Most High. And Job was very diligent. Job was very much on point. But the Most High allowed Satan to get a hold of him. When that person has killed your uncle, your auntie, your mom, your father, your sibling, your cousin, things of that sort, Jamal didn't pull that trigger necessarily. The demon inside of Jamal pulled that trigger. And these classes, once again, is very much important. You want to know why? Because we're trying to knock off the demons off of our brothers and sisters. If you don't already understand that. All right. So read that one more time. Yeah.
Chapter 10, verse 28.
So like your brother has said, crack, drugs. Khan, you absolutely right. Go ahead, Amar.
Matthew chapter 10, verse 28. And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul.
So don't fear those that can kill your body, meaning, you get shot, you get stabbed, you get crushed, just all the ways that you could possibly, get killed or murdered as far as your body. But of course, your spirit goes up to the Most High. Too, I just learned something not too long ago. I probably said a few years ago. Even when animals die, their spirit goes up to the Most High as well.
Oh.
Very interesting. Very interesting. I was like, good night. Oh, I never knew that, right? But of course, don't be afraid of the person that can kill you. But be afraid of what? Keep going.
But are not able to kill the soul. Rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body.
That's going to be the Most High, okay? Now, can anybody explain to me how can it not be both? Please don't think too hard. Once again, it's not that hard. It's pretty simple. If you don't know, no sweat. Okay, no sweat. All right, I appreciate your honesty. Go ahead. Say again.
No, I didn't want to say that.
Okay. So you have an answer live. Okay. So it says to be afraid of the person that can destroy the body and also the soul. All right. So what is the Most High known for in the Bible? What have we seen him do? Go ahead.
Kill.
How?
Many different ways.
Example.
Floods.
So he has drowned people. Okay. What else?
War.
Okay. I would take that and I'll stop right there, right? So, okay, so just based on anybody's imagination, how can the Most High destroy somebody's soul? How can he destroy it? I know we watch, supernatural shows and movies and things of that sort. Like I would take the most fictional thing that you got in your mind. I will accept all the right and wrong answers. Go ahead.
Just by not letting it come back. Not letting it cycle back.
Okay, I would say no to that because reincarnation is a thing. Because when you say recycle, I think reincarnation. Is that the same thing that you're saying?
And kind of, I'm saying you would destroy your soul by not letting you come back. Your soul will be expressed down here. Otherwise, you just energy, you sit floating up there in the fourth dimension.
So that's not in the Bible. No matter how horrible a person you is or good you are, you always come back. Even heathens go back too. I'm just like, they come back, my bad. Even heathen spirits go up to the Most High. That's also in the Bible as well. That's why I say that. No. I like that answer. I like that answer. Anybody else? Okay. Can you read the second part about Bishop? Just one last time, and that's it.
But rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell.
Okay. My question is, what is hell? At this point, you guys can, blurt it out. That's fine.
Place of suffering.
Say it again.
A place of suffering.
Okay. 1 second. Someone said allowing their culture to be destroyed, letting their language to be taken away. Okay, I like those answers. Most High in Christ. Most High in Christ. I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at anybody's comment. So, Dwayne, you said what again? It's like it.
A place of suffering.
Absolutely. Explain what is suffering.
To be in you can't eat, can't pour yourself, and you're sick, you're ill, being thrown away.
Damn right, yeah. And the Most High can make those things happen. For example, right? I want everybody to listen to this very closely. Once again, make sure that you are taking notes. If you're not taking notes, you're gonna miss out. Okay? So that second part, right? The Most High can destroy the body and the soul. We understand that part. The Most High can have it to where, your body is destroyed, meaning it's dead. Sickness, shot, all the ways that you can think of death, it can be towards your body. Now let's talk about the soul. You can come back in the regeneration. When the brother Mangabar has said recycle, regeneration, reincarnation, that's perfect. You know why? Because you can come back. You could be disabled. You could come back as a crack baby. You could come back as on drugs. You could come back as in the most horrible condition as possible. That's what we must understand. You know what? Also, too, your children could be the same way. So you want to think about yourself, the accountability. If you don't want your children to end up in a horrible condition, fix yourself. That's where the accountability comes from. Because if you don't, the Most High can decide how your children comes into this place. The Most High can also shift your life. Don't get it twisted, man. But the Most High can get your life twisted, if you understand what I'm saying. He can do that for you if you don't get it together. Am I making myself clear?
Yes,
That's very important. The Most High is very patient, but he can get impatient if you are not making progress. If you are sinning and you're trying to make progress, the Most High just might strive for you, just like you should strive for the Most High, because that's in the Bible. That's in Ecclesiasticus, in Apocrypha. I believe the 3rd or 4th chapter. If you're striving for the Most High, you're striving for the truth. But if you're not, the Most High is going to be against you. Just because you in the UPK doesn't mean a goddamn thing. If you're not doing the work, if you're not doing what you are supposed to do, And sooner or later, you will be shown that you are not in the UPK. Do you want honor or do you want embarrassment? Let the Most High know. Don't let your candidate know. Don't let the men underneath you know. The men over you know. What do you want out of this truth? Do you want honor? Do you want glory? Not to sound Christian, in the name of the Most High. Do you want to glorify your Father, our power? Or do you just want to be a simple sinner who's trying to just, straggle, just trying to be around because you're just around? The Bible says to make your election sure, and make that shit sure, man. Make it sure so that no one denies your existence in this truth. You ain't got to be famous. You ain't got to be known. But make sure that you know what the hell you're doing when you are in this, organization. Make sure that you know what you are aware of. Don't play yourself. Don't try to play anybody else, because the Most High is very great, not only at his mercy and its long suffering, but he has very, very much great at exposing people who are not his children. And we are supposed to be his children. And the Most High doesn't accept bastards. What the hell do you think this is? He doesn't accept none of that. The moment that you think so, you got the wrong God. All right? Let's get Ecclesiastes 3:16.
I got it. That's Ecclesiastes 3:16. Moreover, I saw in the sun the place of judgment, that wickedness was there.
So this is King Solomon. He said it one more time.
Moreover, I saw under the sun.
I saw underneath the sun, which is earth. What is underneath the sun is going to be the earth. All right, keep going.
That wickedness was there.
And the wickedness was there. This is King Solomon. When you read the book of Ecclesiasticus, this is King Solomon when he was a young king. All right. But when he is reading, when he's writing or having other people help him out, write out the book of Ecclesiastes, what you have to understand is that he's speaking about the experience in the past. But this is him right now. And imagine 2021. He's speaking about 2001. He's speaking about the past experience. And he said that back then, as him being a young king, he has seen some things, which is wickedness. Keep going. That's what.
And the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there.
Right, so you seen the place of wickedness and righteousness, but you said what was there? Iniquity was there. What is iniquity?
Sin, great injustice.
Go ahead. Keep going.
And I said in my heart, God said, judge the righteous and the wicked.
Right. So what does that mean? Go ahead.
Well, there is time. There is a time there for every purpose and for every work.
No. So I asked you what the precept meant.
Oh. And God will judge everybody according to the fruit of their deeds.
Mm-hmm.
The work.
Come.
The righteous and the unrighteous.
Also, too, what is faith, according to the Bible?
Well, faith is the substance not seen. Or the realization of the things.
Okay, I'll do one hand. what also is not faith? I mean, sorry, what also is faith according to the Bible?
Doing the will of the Father, keeping the Sabbath, the commandment, and the testimony.
So for the brothers and sisters that have been commenting on YouTube and Facebook, so that's Salakia that gets everybody right away. Just trying to focus on it necessarily. Everybody is absolutely right. Questions that everybody has been asking. The questions was pretty much already answered. So faith also is faith without works is dead, right? Everybody knows that, correct? Come, no sweat. Yes, yep. So that's also what faith is. But you actually hit it on a point when you said that faith pretty much is the things that are not seen. So what does that mean?
You could say, like, I guess you could say, you come to my house, like you say in scripture, once fully, I tell you, go in faith, and I didn't do the work. I guess you say, the faith, I work not dead, because I'm supposed to give you this stuff, but I told you go into faith, and when you get there, I didn't do no work. Something like that.
Okay. I mean, okay. So faith pretty much, faith is the action.
Yeah.
Okay. Faith is definitely a action. But of course, in the Christian church, because of all their lies, they show it as something being spiritual. I mean, long story short, to be quite honest, a lot of things that are spiritual, they require actions. See what I'm saying? Like, for example, how can you say that you love a brother or you love a sister, but you don't show it?
Right.
If you have faith in the Most High, and the Most High is definitely about faith. That's one of his qualities, right? And the Most High speaks about how if you love a brother, and I mean, okay, you say that you love me, but you don't love this brother, you don't have the faith, you don't have the love for me or this brother. So that means that you are a liar.
Right.
You are a hypocrite. It doesn't make any sense at all. So you having faith is showing an action. If you really love this brother or the Most High, you show it in your actions. Words are just words. Even when you get into an argument, I can't stand you, I can't do this, I can't do that, blah, blah, blah. You know, you're ugly, your hair is ugly. People can say all the things that you want to say in an argument. Maybe they don't mean it, but the action says otherwise. If you really love a brother or sister, you show it by action. Action says everything, words say nothing. In most situations. Am I right or am I wrong?
Correct.
You feel me? You see what I'm saying? Forget about the words. It will actually say everything. That's what matters. That's why the Most High also said that, they hear me. They worship me with their mouths, but their heart is far from me. What does that mean? Oh, I love the Most High, but the way that you carry yourself, you walk, you live your life, it doesn't display the same thing that you just said about the Most High. We have to have the same concept when it comes to brotherhood and sisterhood. How can you say that you love someone when you don't show it? It doesn't make sense. All right. So last precept. Deuteronomy 32 and 22. So like your sister has said, faith is living by the Most High law, statutes, and commandments when no one is watching. Is that true or not? It's very much true. Absolutely. You see what I'm saying? ahead. Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 22.
Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 22. For a fire is kindled in my anger, and shall burn into the lowest hell, and shall consume the earth with her increase, and set on fire the foundations of the mountains.
Hey, good night. What is that talking about? What is that talking about? I see you, man. I see you over there shaking your head, man. I know you know this precept, for sure. Better yeah, I know you know this whole breakdown. What is that talking about, man? I mean, Moses spoke so eloquent. This is so perfect the way that he spoke about this precept. Or better yet, what he just said. What is this talking about? Anybody, please. If you got to read it again, go ahead, no sweat.
For a fire is kindled in my anger,
Mm-hmm.
and shall burn into the lowest hell, and shall consume the earth with her increase, and set on fire the foundations of the mountains.
What is it talking about? Come on, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, try. Say the doors form a hell and the foundations of the earth. I guess you could say that American of this, all the sins we doing here in our community that
I'm listening. No. You found out. Go ahead. Take all the time that you need. Don't worry about it.
this anger gonna be the wrath and judgment gonna come towards the people.
Say it again.
The wrath of this anger gonna burn with fire, and that's why all these calamities, evils just happen to us in this kingdom.
Give him a hand. So in Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 22, which you just read, pretty much is a example of the provocation of the Most High. How do you know? Because I know this entire chapter. I've read it before multiple times, and pretty much this is the provocation of example of hell. Like the Most High will do something that is out of this world to you based on the sin that you commit against him. It can happen to you. It can happen to anybody. Like when we see Black and Hispanic people die in the streets, don't think that that can't be you. You can be Sandra Bland, sis. You can be, George Floyd, brother. You can be all these people that have lost their lives. Don't think that the Most High can touch you, because even in the Bible, specifically, word for word, the Most High has said that his hand is not far from stretching towards you. The Most High can touch you. And when he touches you, you are in danger. It's not a hedge, it's not a shield to get over you. It's something to where the point where he can hurt you and harm you. And if he does so, he loves you. He made somebody shoot that bullet against you. It don't sound like love, does it? But the Most High loves you enough to try to correct you. When you don't listen the 4th, the 5th, the 7th, the 100th time, maybe the 20th, 220th time, he has to try to kill you to get your attention because you have not listened to him. So be it. But you brought it on to yourself. And you are to blame yourself, nobody else. All right. So, with that being said, I'm going to I'm going to pass the class over to Officer 500.
ISUPK security announcements. Where the ISUPK start out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they're off limits for 6 months. They're to be saluted only. They're here to set themselves to the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which a brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, you can find it in Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. And sent into evil, Ma'ishur, 10% of every penny of any increase the Most High gives you, give to the Treasury Department of teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. So now you can still go to isupk.com, scroll down to the donate now button. You can pay your tithes and make donations that way. If you have the Zelle account, Zelle app, first name is Israel at School, last name UPK. The email is tithes@isupk.com. You can pay tithes and donations there also. We still have the GoFundMe on Facebook on our ISUPK Midwest Fire Weekend Facebook page. So we got the GoFundMe going. Kick it forward, help somebody else get the funds to be able to travel down there, enjoy all the festivities and whatnot. If you're in the Twin Cities area, we still got the Cash App, UPK Minnesota, all caps. Pretty much any location that you're in, I think pretty much every school has a Cash App. So, get in contact with the school, see how you can make donations toward them also. Upcoming Holy Convocations. Again, we're not looking at anything, I think, until September 6th. Until then, we have the Midwest Fire Weekend coming up, July 22nd through the 24th in Chicago. And then pretty much every month after that until November, December, we have cookouts and other events going on. But then we do have the High Holy Days again coming up in September. So get in contact with your school and, keep the updates with that. The brother wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black. That means your boots, your shirt, your pant, your headband, and a scarf. With that, you find your Hakadam, which means turn to face the east. You say the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. You can find it in Matthew chapter 8, Matthew chapter 6, verses 8 through 13. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakavka, Taba'ah, Zaka, Hayah, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Koah, Hayah, Bashamayim, Natan, Lakam, Kal, Yawan, Wasalaknaw, Kabawatnaw, Kasalaknaw, Kabawatnaw, Wala'a, Tabi'anaw, Banasawan, Abal, Hawashai Nawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Wahala, Wahata Parak, La'awalumyam, Aman. In English, what we just said, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. So be it. Amen. Pray to bless Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Barak Lanawa, Wayah Sha'ala, Wahabayat, Saparian, Barak, Rapa'ah, Magun, Hagun. This time you can say the name of the Lord one once. Everyone repeats that name once. If you're following us on social media, type in the name of a loved one, and we will send the prayers up with you. Israelite School UPK. Benjamin. Jamin. Whitney. Annalie. The McIntosh family. Raphael. All of Israel.
ISUPK Minnesota.
As you became Minnesota.
All of Israel.
All of Israel.
Israelite School, Israelite School UK.
Israelite School UPK.
All the brothers and sisters in UPK.
All the brothers and sisters in the UPK.
All the brothers and sisters outside UPK.
All the brothers and sisters outside the UPK.
Without Zion.
Without Zion.
Tarak.
Tarak.
Kanagabar.
Kanagabar.
Mongabar.
Mongabar.
Dwayne.
Dwayne.
Rollins family.
The Rollins family.
Willis family.
Willis family.
Slaughter family.
Slaughter family.
The Daniels family.
Daniels family.
Peters family.
Peters family.
All of Israel.
All of Israel. The sister Azara Yasha'ala wants us to shout out for Tim.
Swear. You said what?
For Tim
Tim.
and Lisa.
Lisa. Cliff.
Cliff.
Sadar Yada.
Satayala.
Shakar Riyad.
Sagariya.
Davula.
Tawla.
Yakadash.
Yakadash.
Kaya.
Dekai.
Kabad. Tabak.
Abadabak.
Kabad the ball.
Badabar.
Bakar Dum.
Makardum. Maccabi.
Nakai. Nakai Ya.
Dekaya.
Select. Nakam Ya.
How do you say it?
Ka Maya.
Lakamaya.
Beatrice.
Beatrice.
Paulette.
Paulette.
Power Crop.
Our Croft.
Yapara Ka.
Yaparaka.
Azara.
Azara.
Zion.
Zion.
Zarabi.
Zarabi.
China.
China.
Kalani.
Kalan.
Marshall Senior.
Marshall Senior.
All of Israel.
All of Israel.
Denaya.
Denaya.
Araya.
Mariah.
Kadi.
Kai.
Kishan.
Kishan.
Nadia.
Nadia.
All of Israel.
All of Israel.
Kamala.
Kamara.
All of Israel.
All of Israel.
Anybody else? Oh, so Shara.
Shara.
Kawana.
Kawana.
Anybody else?
Bashim Yahushua.
Hashem Yahushua.
Throughout our month. And we just said in English, Lord, it's like the Lord in the name of Yahushua. Bless us and Israel and the school. Bless,
Bless.
heal, shield, protect loved ones. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you so big. Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth, and all things living. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua, listen to us now, right now. Some evils and curses, punishment and destruction to the heathen that speak against us, thy prophets, the teachers, the princes, the priests, the Israelite brothers, and the school. Send evils and curses, punishment and destruction to the heathen. Shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel. I will give to the school. Force their riches. Send evils and curses, punishment and destruction to the Edomites and the nations and their drug dealers, the court system, prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek synagogues and armies, Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, militia,
Ku Klux Klan,
Ku Klux Klan,
Aryan Nation,
Aryan Nation,
Skinheads,
Skinhead,
Patsy Komatazi,
uh,
the gay movement,
the Navy,
the lesbian movement,
Lesbian movement,
spies,
right,
workers of witchcraft,
Workers of Witchcraft,
NASA space programs,
NASA Space Program,
Army, Navy,
Navy,
Air Force,
Air Force,
Marines,
Marine,
Wall Street.
Wall Street,
Open up the internet
open up the internet
and the airways,
and the airways,
cable access channels,
cable access channel,
and the radio
and
channels.
the radio channel.
Convict the spirit
Convict the spirit
of any of that people
of that people
that seek to stop us
that seek to stop us,
and bring swift destruction
bring swift destruction
to all the heathen
to all the heathen
that stand in the way
that stand in the way,
or try to stop us
trying to stop us,
from broadcasting your words
trying to broadcast your word
throughout the planet Earth.
throughout the planet Earth.
Let loose all the plagues,
That was all the plague.
cause them to go to and fro
Also go to and fro,
through the earth and consume them.
to the us and consume them.
Let the plagues shake the house of the thief
That the earth, the house of the thief
and the murderer.
and the murderer.
Let Yahweh Shai,
That our child,
Michael and Gabriel
Michael and David,
come down with the flying saucers
now with the flying saucer,
and punish all the heathens
because of all the heathen
that come up against
that
us
come up against us.
as we speak thy word.
Let us speak that word.
Cause it to be known by all
Let it be known by us.
that it is the angels that have done it.
That the angels that have done it,
Cause it to be spread through the media
how to spread to the media
throughout the whole world.
throughout the whole world.
Cause them to shake it that coming. In the name of Yahweh Shai,
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
thank you always.
Thank you all.
So be it.
So be it.
Sar, face the front. Men of Israel, Mighty Shabbat, Majum, Barak, Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai Barakatah, Yazmatah. Sorry to the sister. Courtesy salute for the sisters. Men of Israel, Mighty Shabbat, Majum, Barak, Yahweh Shamar Alatah Bashim Yahweh Shai, Yazmatah. Class dismissed.